Hey everybody, and welcome back to Three Acorn Bourbon. I'm really excited about today's bite-sized bourbon review. So I've got a riddle for you. What do you get when you take some of the best whiskey makers on the planet? You give them a delicious mash bill, and you have them age it 10 years. Then they sell it for an MSRP of $33. What do you get? What do you get? You get unquestionably one of the best mid-shelf whiskeys available. And because of that, it's actually kind of hard to come by. I only have this little baby 375. Now, Eagle Rare is part of Buffalo Trace Distillery's Mash Bill 1. It's the same mash bill as Buffalo Trace. I mean, it's the exact same mash bill, made by the exact same distillery. It's just aged 10 years by some folks who really know how to age some whiskey. Now, Eagle Rare's bottle doesn't actually say it's a single barrel whiskey, but it really is. They just changed their bottling method from hand bottling to this automated machine bottling process. And with that automated bottling process, as they switch barrels, they can't 100% confirm that your bottle of Eagle Rare actually only came from one barrel, because there might be still some whiskey from one barrel in the line as they switch to a different barrel. It's a single barrel bourbon. Eagle Rare occasionally releases limited editions as part of Buffalo Trace's Antique Collection, showcasing a select few barrels with extraordinary characteristics, making them highly sought after by collectors and bourbon enthusiasts. Eagle Rare by itself is hard enough to come by. These limited releases are produced in such small quantities it creates a really high demand, making them really challenging to acquire. My baby was crying. So we can't talk about rare limited edition releases of Eagle Rare without talking about the king of them all, Double Eagle Very Rare. Double Eagle Very Rare is probably one of the most sought after bottles of whiskey in the world. It's got extremely high demand, extremely low supply. People charge whatever they want for it. But Double Eagle Very Rare is often aged 20 plus years. The barrels are hand selected for exquisite characteristics, highest levels of whiskey available in the market. Not something I'll likely ever get the ability to taste, but since we're reviewing Eagle Rare, it's important to cover all the bases.
Now, without further ado, let's get into the tasting notes.
Starting off with the nose. I really just smell like dirty baby diaper and milk spit up. No, it's just you, huh? It's just you. It's got that classic Buffalo Trace fruitiness, right? The orange peel, it's got a little bit of citrus, vanilla, caramel, honey. You can smell a little bit of oak. Man, I just can't get over that fruitiness. This is right up Buffalo Trace's alley. It's rich, it's full, it's inviting. There's not too much spice. I mean, maybe a little bit. It's just bright and fruity and sweet. I mean, it really smells delicious. Now we gotta taste it. None for you though, huh? No, it's more for Papa. The first thing you get are these bright fruits. It's a little citrusy, it's a lot of orange peel. And the caramel on the nose is a bit richer. It's almost like a toffee. Plus you got your vanilla, a little bit of honey. But it's not all sweetness. I mean, it's balanced really well with some gentle spiciness and like a little bit of a cocoa. It's kind of like a little chocolatey on the back end. And then you get that oak. It's just a nice oak flavor that balances out the whiskey really nicely. And the mouth feels nice. I mean, it's a little velvety. It's kind of a medium body, maybe medium light. I mean, I like a little higher body and a little more proof to my whiskey, but this is great. The finish is like a medium to short. It's mostly sweetness. It's kind of a nice robust caramel, a little bit of vanilla that lingers. And you get some toasted nuts. Then a little bit of oak, a little bit of spice lingers, kind of warms the palate. But the whiskey is kind of soft and delicate. It's nice, it's pleasant. How does it stack up in the Buffalo Trace lineup? Better than Buffalo Trace. I think it's probably not as good as Blanton's, not as good as E.H. Taylor. It's better than almost every benchmark product. Now, if you tell anyone I said this, I will deny it. I genuinely think benchmark foolproof is like 70% the way to an E.H. Taylor small batch. This is excellent. Probably the best budget bourbon available. I'll do a review on this one coming up. Overall, a delicious whiskey. It's an absolute treat, and I would happily buy a bigger bottle if it was available to me.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.